Hey guys, so obviously since the preseason, every day I've been stalking Koreans just non-stop. You know, it's my favorite thing to do, to see if they found some new rune setups and stuff that are actually a bit different and kind of cool for us to try out. The point is, Korea loves to win and stuff, but last season, for example, a lot of the weirder builds that came into the meta were from Korea because some nutjob said to himself, all right, I'm going to try this, I'm going to play it. It worked, and then everybody picked it up. They don't always find stuff, but with them loving to win and also wanting to play fun champions, it normally means that we find some cool new builds, and hopefully it gives you something to go into game and try today. So the order is going to be jungle, AD carry, mid lane, top lane, and support. If you want to skip to any of them, feel free to do so. Timestamps down below on screen as well. We're going to start with jungle. The different one to start with is Predator Hecarim, and I know a lot of you have told me about this in the comments of my video, and it seems like Korea has also picked this up. It's kind of like a full move speed page, rune page. It looks really weird to start with, but it makes a lot of sense because it's Hecarim, right? So you've got Predator to start with as the keystone, 45% move speed for 15 seconds. You charge into a gank. It's absolutely crazy. You've got to try it. It's really fun. Relentless Hunter, then you get move speed per bounty, Hunter stack as well. And then if we moved into our sorcery for the secondary, both of the secondary runes give us move speed. So we have Celerity, 4% move speed, and 8% of the bonus turns into AD for us, which is so good. And Water Walking, you gain move speed and AD in the river. So 4 out of our 6 runes that we take are move speed like orientated, which is kind of ridiculous. And then you have sudden impact and domination still, which gives like all that move speed damage, more lethality to actually do more in a fight. Some of the best in Korea. Kindred, the first one, highest win rate jungler for now because of pressy attack. Lethal tempo is also good, but pressy attack works so well with Kindred with her W and her E damage. She flings around a lot of percentage max health damage or like current health damage and stuff, which can be buffed by pressy attack, but she's basically kind of like an AD carry, right? Which is why precision tree is so good for her. She is single target, which makes sense with pressy attack. Lots of attack speed to stack it fast and get the exposed damage straight away, which makes even more sense. She can proc sudden impact as well with her jumps when she's jumping around and stuff, which adds to her damage. But like her ultimate, you've got to remember, is also a very good assassin counter, and everybody in preseason wants to play assassin. Zhao is another one who can abuse pressy attack very well. It's actually ridiculous on him. Xin can proc it very fast. You've got attack speed from your kit and from your items as well, and Trinity Force and stuff. But like the thing is, it adds to his burst without really doing anything different. This is the biggest thing. So Zhao is Zhao from last patch. You play him in the same way. You just do 12% more damage now with pressy attack, which is kind of crazy. The build is also really good for this current patch. You have Warrior Trinity Sterix, which is in the same burst. We have loads of low health targets, which is really good for killing stuff, but also the shield for Sterix for assassins, which is really nice. And then we're buffing our Sheen damage, which gives us more burst damage overall. Honestly, Warrior and Trinity are like the core here that are played every single game, but after that you can build whatever you want. Like some nutcase builds Duskblade third item after those two and is winning 70% of his games. So Evelynn's also extremely good at the moment. Electrocute seems to just be adding to her burst, making it like through the roof. And remember, she has a good AP ratio on that now, so it's just crazy with a few items. Her ultimate though is insane, and I'm not sure exactly what it is from last patch to now, but her ultimate, from my experience as well as everything else, seems to be doing loads of damage, and she's just nuking everybody. That is kind of why most Koreans go ultimate hat on Evelynn, so she can use her ultimate more. She just runs around, use her ultimate to nuke somebody and controls the game that way. The AD carry role is dominated by Vayne right now, pretty much the same here. Everybody loves a bit of Vayne when she's really strong. It's really fun to play. Obviously 25% play rate, highest by a mile. The different one though is actually Airy Misfortune. It's a bit weird, right? This page is odd, but it actually contributes a lot of damage apparently. It's really good. Sorcery makes sense. It's mana flow band, so you can spam more. Absolute power for more ultimate damage because you're going to be high health when you use it, and obviously Scorch for your poke. Precision secondary, Triumph is the most broken thing in the game at the moment. Probably it heals for so much, and Coup de Grace as well, which is a really solid page. The Aerie is the weird part, and it's supposed to be a support keystone. It's supposed to be for healing, or for shielding, sorry, and damage champions, but now we have Misfortune. I guess you do have a lot of ways to proc it, which is good, and it's decent with your ultimate and Q and stuff, and it is just a lot of damage. Arcane Comet is also very good, but this was too random and still really good to just not include in the video. Aerie Misfortune might be pretty cool, but Ezreal is the best AD carry you can play at the moment, and it's not actually Kleptomancy abuse like we have over here. Okay, it is Kleptomancy abuse as well as Pressy attack being really good. Pressy attack for him actually is the most common, and he is beating every other AD carry, even Twitch at the moment, which is pretty unheard of. The best way I can put this is he's kind of like the preseason's new Draven, which is really weird. They're not that similar champions normally, but Draven has been kicked to the side, and Ezreal is now the best early game AD carry you can play. Before like 30 to 35 minutes, Ezreal is by far the best. Before that, he has so much damage. His poke means a bit more. It's quite hard to deal with, and Pressy attack lets him rip through people, which is something he was kind of missing last patch. You didn't have that great single target damage like when you actually wanted to go in and fight somebody. But press the attack now, you can stack this and actually like get it ready with your Q. So if you Q somebody, it starts your press the attack, you dive in and you can get it going really quickly, and it helps you really burst people. Kog'Maw is one of the best in career at the moment, and it highlights why lethal tempo can be absolutely insane. The increased attack speed is best when you have on hit damage, okay? So you attack faster, more on hit applications, and it's amazing. The build is like Rage Blade, Runins, Wit's End, Blade of the Rune King as well. Full on hit and Rage Blade plus lethal tempo is absolutely insane. We don't use Kog'Maw that much in like Europe and North America especially, but he is the best mid-game AD carry at the moment. The lethal tempo and Rage Blade combination, the two together, is just absolutely ridiculous, and it'll probably get nerfed eventually because it is so strong mid-game and no other AD carry can keep up. Twitch is still popping in Korea at the moment. Lethal tempo over press the attack, but both are still really good. So you can use either. Lethal tempo is more team fighting, I think. I've tried this. It's actually really cool. You pop out of stealth and you have this increased attack speed, so you kind of ruin people after it activates, but you kind of suck in lane. I'm pretty sure your poison can proc this on people, I think, as well, without even meaning to, which sucks for the lane phase. Press the attack is a lot easier to play with, so if you're starting out, use this one. And the synergy is really good. 3 auto attacks, you have 3 stacks of poison, you can use your contaminate, your E afterwards, and it's going to do bonus damage while they're exposed from it as well. So it's actually really good with Twitch. Press the attack is kind of better single target and early game, I guess, and lethal tempo is more for team fighting. If we move on to the mid lane, obviously we have a lot of Zed, trust me. Orianna though, Kassadin, Twisted Fate, all these like usual stuff. We're gonna look at some different things. So the first one is Katarina. I've seen a lot of people saying Kat is the best preseason or the most broken in preseason. I didn't really believe them, but actually in Korea, she is one of, if not the best mid laner you can play at the moment. And did you know, at least over there in Korea, if the game ends before 25 minutes with a Katarina in it, there is a 60% chance that she was the one doing the stomping and ending the game so soon. That is how good she is if she gets ahead now with all this damage. Electrocute is a big part of that. Obviously very strong, and it scales better with AP, which is rough for anyone who plays against Katarina. There are a lot of different options, actually. You can take Precision Secondary or Sorcery. It's up to you. Scorch seems to be really good, though, adding like to your burst combo a little bit, but also your poke damage in the lane phase. I know she isn't the most popular assassin right now, but she actually is really fun with this build, so you should definitely try it out. We have a lot of Malzahar in EU and NA, as in everywhere else, because he's so good in preseason, but Korea has a bit of a different page actually that they're playing, which is kind of cool to look at. So Aerie and Inspiration Secondary. Ultimate Hat is, well, obviously your ultimate is like a key part of your kit, right? That's basically what you do. You press R. Aerie does a lot of damage though. It's quite easy to proc, and the damage is way overtuned. It shouldn't really be that high, I don't think. Scorch though adds into your damage a little bit more, which is just great. Obviously we just get a little bit more into our combo. And then for the secondary, for Inspiration, Cosmic Insight is another 5% cooldown reduction, which is really good with your ultimate. So you have even more ults, and then you get like free boots, or you get biscuits as well to help with your lane phase. You don't really get that much from Domination or like Precision if you went that as well. Like, it kind of makes sense. Domination is fine, it's a bit more damage, but actually Inspiration is pretty cool. I had a quick look at some lower ranked games as well, and Xerath seems to be popping off. He's really good, still decent at higher, but Poke is really hard to play against this patch. You have a Comet, or actually Aerie as well, plus Inspiration, same tree as the Malzahar we just talked about. They give you both options, you can try them and do whatever you want to, but it seems to be really good. Poke has a really good page at the moment. Mana Flow Band, Scorch, Absolute Power are all insane for Poke champions, and they just work really well. Arcane Comet and Aerie, but 2 really good keystones, so it seems like a Poke page is kind of overloaded. Now with Anivia, I'm not sure if she's so good because of the Assassin preseason meta. Like, I mean, Assassin jungler, Assassin mid laner, Anivia has an egg, you can't kill her. That's a pretty good counter, right? She is massively sharp this patch though, and with Arcane Comet actually. Most are using Mana Flow Band, which kind of makes some sense because Anivia is very mana hungry. Gathering Storm though, one of the only mid laners I've seen taking this for better scaling, and even Transcendence for more cooldown reduction. So the runes seem actually pretty good for Anivia, but we'll have to see after everyone stops playing Assassins. Top is a little bit boring, okay? We have a big battle in Korea between, I want to play carry, but tanks are better, so what am I going to choose? The different one is Wukong though, so really good with Electrocute and a full lethality build. Your damage was already very high last patch, even though nobody really played him, but now you have more lethality on your items than last patch anyway, plus 10 more from sudden impact. The really big thing here and why it's like so good is you're doing very close to, if not true damage to most carry champions like an AD carry or a mid laner. You're going to make them rage quit when you one-shot them with your ult. Gangplank is probably the best at the moment. I watched a replay and it was disgusting. All this guy did was spam his Q on his opponent, not battle, just literally Q. He'd run out of mana, he'd do no damage, he didn't care because he stole so much gold. He got a Sheen at 5 minutes into the game with no kills. I don't really want to highlight this because it's gross, but you should start Ancient Coin as well. It adds even more gold kleptomancy and it just becomes disgusting. Trinity and Sterix is an amazing GP build right now though. For his barrel damage, you do way more at 2 items than you were doing before, which makes you really relevant in this meta especially. Throw in some lethality and AD carries and mid laners are literally going to explode at 3 items into a game. I'm not actually joking with this one. Teemo is the 3rd most popular top laner in Korea this patch, and it's AP Teemo as well. This is Aerie as well, which is so weird. Good synergy with some of his kit, I guess, but it's very odd. Scorch is good though for sure. Mana flow ban for your mana issues. You can spam your poison over and over. You're very good versus bruisers than you were anyway. So Korea actually did play in before this patch. It's not completely new. But your blind helps a ton with those things. And it seems like Aerie is adding a lot of extra damage that is making him completely busted. It's pretty funny, really. Support is very similar to what we have here. It's actually strange, but the support meta is the most standard thing. The different thing, though, they have is Xerath. A bit of a weird one, but Arcane Comet is so much damage early, and it's really, really hard to play against. I played against this yesterday and got my ass absolutely kicked. We talked about this before, actually, but perfect runes really, like, you have mana, cooldown reduction, more poke damage, which is great for a poke champion mid game. This used to work last season. Actually, a friend of mine, challenger support player Treats, used this, but now it's really weird, really good off-meta Xerath build. Sona is the queen of support right now, with both Aerie and Kleptomancy. If you want to fight people and do damage, you take Aerie. If you want to be an ego and get boosted, then you take Kleptomancy. I don't know what to say. She's so strong right now, but they buffed both phases of her game. Her team fighting was already really strong because of her ultimate cooldown reduction, but your shields are going to be better now. You also buff the early game damage that you're able to do, so you're more impactful mid game. You get more fed than for your late game. It doesn't really make much sense. The AD carry meta is also very good for her. You can go a bit more aggressive, but you can also buff them with Sensor. Lulu is another one abusing Aerie. Aerie was made for this champion though, honestly. It buffs her shields, so her team fights are even better than they were before, which is great. It buffs her damage, so her lane is even better than before, and she's taking Spell Thieves as well now, so the AP damage is actually really high, and you can actually chunk people and kill people, which was kind of a bit more difficult to do last patch. Sona is really good versus Lulu actually, because you can kind of just out-heal Lulu's poke damage. But if Sona wasn't so strong right now, Lulu would 100% be broken off the wall. Ridiculous. And I think you'd actually notice Lulu a lot more if Sona wasn't there. So I hope you enjoyed the video. These picks will change a lot. These aren't the best of the best. They're just some things that Korea are trying and are working, and are pretty fun builds as well for you to go and try today in your games. Let me know how it goes. Thank you for watching, but for now, I'll leave you with robots.